Are you tired of worrying about how your loved ones back home will pay for their healthcare needs? Sending money isn't enough. You need a solution that ensures the funds you send are used specifically for healthcare costs. WellaHealth Diaspora is that solution that helps Nigerians in the diaspora send money specifically for healthcare back home. It's simple. Here's how it works. When you buy a health voucher on WellaHealth, they will contact you on how you'd prefer to spend your voucher on your family. They'll deliver quality healthcare to them and report back to you. With WellaHealth Diaspora, you'll get access to telemedicine services, regular checkups, medicine fulfillment, and health plans. Plus, you can trust that the money you send is utilized for healthcare, and the chance of being defrauded is removed. Don't wait until it's too late to take care of your family's health needs. Your family's health is too important to delay. Act now and start sending love and care to your family back home with WellaHealth Diaspora. Are you still here? Hurry! Visit www.wellahealth.com/234E to start sending health vouchers to your loved ones in Nigeria today.
Hey guys and girls, welcome to another episode of 234 Essential. My name is Ayomide Tayo. You have to be inclusive.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Shout out to AOT2
and everybody in between the girl and guys spectrum.
But too complex to remember.
Yeah, we are still learning.
Okay.
You people change it every time. You have to update the vernacular. But yeah.
And I am Ugochi, the Igbo Stallion.
Yeah.
Welcome to 234.
Yeah, I'm your first time listener. This is the Nigerian podcast that helps you break down the Nigerian experience and navigate life in this great country of ours. Great in, as Ugochi will say, prophetic means.
Do you understand?
One day, the children of Zion shall leave Babylon.
I love it.
Yes. Go and listen to Bonnie M by the rivers of Babylon. If you don't know that song, your parents did not know music. I'm very sorry. Don't know. They didn't listen to music in their time. I'm very sorry.
Oh my God.
Yeah, welcome to another episode. We hope that you listen to our last episode. If you've not done it, please go on any, podcast app that you normally listen to podcasts on.
Yes,
and
please.
you get it right there. Also, Nana said we should thank you people for subscribing to our newsletters.
Our numbers have also grown significantly. Thank you very much to the 234 community.
In diaspora.
Writing the newsletter for 234 last week, and I actually realized that we don't have like a name for the 234 community.
It's 234 community.
Exactly. So is it 234 community? Is it citizens of the 234?
Which one is citizen? Citizen where we are not proud of. I beg.
No, but you are not proud.
234 community.
You are not proud of 234.
You think if King Charles gave me letter, say I should just show?
The only letter that guy be writing right now is to Camila, man.
You just show. Say,
he doesn't care about you guys.
Every letter I can see you are in. Look, the king service needs you. I say, Baba, no, even that get man, I do. We are going to stand in front like those men. I'll go do it.
You will not be able to do it.
Okay. Is it?
You can't do it.
It's not like Charlie money nice, Baba.
It's Baba Charlie.
Baba Charlie money. Hey, are you joking?
Almost see grace after 70 years.
How much is £1 to naira now? That's
I think like me 800 or 800 and something.
If I do 5 hours standing with the king,
but you go tire.
I never tire for Nigeria.
The thing where you want write it full for your body, now you they scribble. You feel they snap for them, and maybe they scribble for your body. Maybe they say, you say, come on, get out of that place.
I will write King Charles's biography.
Better still.
Yes.
Because that's standing at the door, go feed them. I say, but you do that shit, Abi. You know you do that. No. You scribble on your body too.
We'll scribble for King Charles.
That's where your talent should be looking towards.
Okay, see, King Charles. I don't just talk about colonialism.
The great scribe.
Colonialism, apologize. Baba, no need to apologize. See, no need to apologize.
They flew Nigerian flag as part of the countries that,
You people were conquered, weren't you?
Exactly.
We're conquered now.
So they feel like say we don't do liberation, but we don't know say we know.
I saw the president of Gabon, first of all, please.
The guy came with his swag. You
were limping.
That's swag. I'm sorry, that's his swag.
You see, African dictators are holding on to.
Why do you feel like he's swagging here?
Then
Is 9th grade they become monarch today?
But
and the queen is a bad example. Was a bad example in that regard.
Why?
I'm sorry. She lived really long, and her reign was long.
They normally live long. Apart from my father had cancer, they normally.
So that's what I'm saying. So if you want to say, African leaders, they need to come down.
The problem is
the queen is not the best example.
The problem is that King Charles was not doing the Game of Thrones way. After like 40 years waiting, hey, I beg, please. Doctor, as I don't get time, I don't have time.
I'm tired of this.
I don't have time.
Save me from this.
But Prince William is the lucky one because he's probably not going to do the past 10 or 15 years for that.
But guess who's to say?
But no good. That man.
Who's to say?
Your man is already 70 now.
I agree, but who's to say?
He will do 20. Last, he will do 20. There's no
Let's see, Sham.
Then to now,
let's see.
To not go younger again.
See, I think our problem in Nigeria, I think what the coronation buttressed for me, is that we try to think about Nigeria towards America, right? A lot.
I always fuck to UK more than America.
Well, largely the expectation is just like, look at Joe Biden, look at me.
It's hip hop that caused all this.
Do you understand what I mean? But like, look at our colonizers now. They are running the same system of government that we run.
Bro. So I saw it
at an advanced level, but same system.
I saw a video yesterday on TikTok. There are this special set of guys who guard the king or the queen. They're called beefeaters or something. And that's like the oldest army in the world. I think the other army that is younger, that is older as them, is the Vatican army. Okay. But they're older than the Vatican by 22 years. Shout out to the Vatican. If they've been running the same thing for how many years, bro, and if they work for them or more, shout out to them. The whole display of wealth and everything.
Do you understand? And but trusting on like. What I finished what I wanted to say.
I said shout out to Prince William too. He took an oath to serve his father too. Second in now officially second in any Zuzu like this.
But normally a family something now you need to stay in the body.
Well, we know.
You need to stay in the system.
Any Zuzu like this, Baba, call me King. King William the IV.
Do you know, like, it's so crazy how one person can have so much power.
He was anointed with oil from Jerusalem.
Yeah.
I said yes.
That's how some people in my church group yesterday were trying to argue about like basically comparing the Church of England, the Anglican Church,
to the Roman Catholic Church,
and the Roman Catholic Church and the Catholic Church. Okay. I think the Roman Catholic was specific in that sense. I think the lingo is moving more towards the Catholic Church, right? Okay. And they were trying to compare, like, even the way the choir sang, and how they still anoint with oil, and some discrepancies in the mode of bombastic side. I feel criminal, offensive.
So if you hear any music,
some people are rejoicing to the Lord around us.
The problem is that Nigerian Christians, we are not saying we should not sing to the Lord, but do not carry speaker outside.
Do you understand?
That is noise pollution.
But you know that what's that his name? Fashola declared that puts like a halt to this.
That's a governor now.
Do you understand? But all these governors now,
Lagos has not had a governor since Fashola.
I promise you.
We've had Instagram politicians.
And pointers.
We've not had people Pontius Pilate.
We've had pointers.
We've not had governors.
We've had street names. A lot of pointing you to the direction.
But we never point us to the promised land.
Do you understand what I mean? See Smoring way for the other day now. We not fit come aside. So sorry. Now why you see Benz for years? So
sorry if you see if you hear any Sister Agatha's high notes.
Yeah, because like they are praising the Lord and it's Sunday morning, my people. Hope you guys went to church. Did you go to church?
Yes, I went to church.
Well, we're cooking in church. For the mere fact that we can hear the word of God right now being preached around us, we're in church.
Lagos State, you need to do something. Please, no it needs to be worked on outside the church. Please, I will beg you.
Do you know, I would sooner see churches with their speakers loud than I'll see a mosque.
No, mosque there's a reason why they have speakers. It's called to prayer.
I get that. Yeah. But like even they're called to prayer now, they're trying to reduce the amount of noise they're putting out.
But church, they don't use the whole service. Why?
Must be amplified.
We get it now. Now they go heaven. We know.
Do you understand?
We know. Please.
They need to reduce it small. Maybe this. Well, in their own opinion, they'll say this is also called to service.
You know, see King Charles' coronation. There was no noise outside the church. Everything was inside the church.
See people full streets. They watch their king.
It's all you poor black people that now will not disturb us that you are going to heaven. I go shock now. When we reach the gates of heaven like this, they all are going to go left. Many of them are going to go left. Church of Assumption people.
Well, God save the king. And God save me too, because me self I need savior.
I need to.
You understand? We they look God too.
Last.
But if you haven't listened to our previous episode, Charging Pot Sub, I hope you guys got that.
Yeah.
Please go back and listen. Tell us what you think about the conversations had. Sometimes we'll remember to talk about them, but if we don't, you need to send fan mail to fanmail@234essential podcast, as well as follow us on social media. Our social media is popping these days, and yeah, there'll be definitely a whole lot more content coming from 234 in the coming months, so look out.
All right. Fan mail. Do we have fan mail, Nana? Yes. Or more. This is budget. This is budget. It's not fan mail.
I love it.
This is King Charles' speech.
Let me tell you.
Palace.
I told you some episodes ago. I don't know if it was the last one. In the last newsletter, I told people that they should send us long fan mail.
It's your fault.
No. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you now. So don't look so far. I told them you read it. So if it's long,
okay,
they already know that. Based on media and stuff, experience in the media. You understand? I do look to you in that aspect.
It's spiritual evolution.
See, that 234 is part of my CV now, and I say I've worked in the media space. That's why, like, anytime I see you, I puncture holes because I need to understand what happened in the media. You understand? So that in case I get a media gig, say from like these people that gave you this bag now.
Oh yes.
I go no. If they tell me that can you do this, I'll say yes. But in my mind, I really know there's AOT2 that will do it. Do you get what I mean? We'll talk about a percentage.
I'll give you invoice. You know
we'll talk about a percentage split.
I charge in dollars, please. Thank you.
I beg, wait. If I tell you.
Okay. Don't worry.
If you go and see it somewhere, what will happen?
Okay. All right. Family one from.
Can I read the second one, Sha?
No. This is from Folarin. Nigerians are just plain hypocrites now. Wow, just
I love
energy.
it. From the beginning. No, you need to go straight to them. I like it.
All right. No foreplay or anything. Just bam.
This is what we're talking about. Oh, by the way, somebody hit me up before we continue. Somebody hit me up from last week's episode that I said that 30 minutes sex is too long for me. And I'm like, yes, for me. Why would I be doing penetration for 30 minutes?
What's the gender of this person, please?
The person is male.
No wonder.
Person said that a penetration for 30 minutes that you should change position. I said, listen. Bro, and this is to anybody who has the same
life is not.
Jonathan, anybody else who has the same perspective and really wants to ask me but has not been able to reach out to me. Listen. I'm a 30+ woman and I have issues. I have life challenges. You understand? I don't want to be having sex long hours. Nobody's going to pay these bills. It's me. I am my own adult. Imagine that. It's a shock every time I think about it. And one of the things I don't want to be doing for 30 minutes is having sex. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Anyway, let's get into the
fan mail. So Folarin, sorry dear.
Yeah, Mr. Folarin.
With the boom. And the
Nigerians are just plain hypocrites, and it shows every day.
Wow.
I'll try to keep my points as brief as possible. We can see
it was quite brief.
But apologies in advance because I may rant a little.
I love it.
Recently, I was trying to obtain my transcripts from the undergraduate degree back in Nigeria, especially from the University of Lagos. Oh, well, that's hell now.
I don't understand.
Mine is still DSF. The reason my degree is still, they're not collecting my degree.
And when you want to do foreign masters, now you go find out.
My certificates is they can eat it, they are fine. The reason was for a job that required me to provide my undergraduate transcripts. Typically, companies in the US don't ask for transcripts, but I guess this is the new low our degrees have gotten to abroad. The entire process was online. I paid the sum of 30K through Remitter. To be honest, I'm not so keen on this job since I'm currently engaged, but sometimes I just like to go through the interview process to observe the job market out there. Anyway, I applied online.
Soros okay.
Oh, my voice is high now. Anyway, I applied and thought I would sit back and see how things go, especially since they have written multiple times on the Unilag Records website not to use stars to obtain transcripts and that they will be handed on a first-come, first-served basis. In fact, this is the first thing that pops up. Anyway, it appears that when you stay abroad for a long time, you start to forget why you left in the first place. I'm not naive about what goes on in the transcript office. I've tried to get my transcript 6 to 7 times from there.
Wow.
And every time I have to pay people working in that office, some between 15K to as much as 50K. There was even a time when I was so desperate to get it. I quickly that I sent 50K to the person without him even asking. It still took about 2 weeks to get it. My point is that you cannot get anything out of that office without paying a bribe. He tried to act all sanctimonious like he wasn't involved and was only helping out of the goodness of his heart.
Love it.
And that people only often appreciate him later. In my mind, I thought, Just tell me how much you want to collect. It's interesting that many Nigerians want to collect bribes but still want to maintain their decorum and piety. If you want to collect a bribe, then collect it with your full chest. I have worked in a government job abroad before, and someone tried to offer me a free meal ticket at her restaurant for an approval. I dare not collect it because the repercussions are enormous. You could lose your job and career, or at worst go to jail. In Nigeria, if such a person is caught, sentiments will enter and everyone will start begging for them, and for them that how would they feed their family now if they lose their job? Lawlessness. In summary, I've noticed that you guys make a lot of erroneous statements about the diaspora living abroad. No verse, we never get visa. I understand that these errors are made because you mostly lived in Nigeria all your lives. Hey!
Wow, shots fired. That's what I said. Like, we made erroneous statements.
God of King Charles. Maybe just one or two things.
I want to hear actually what these erroneous statements are, because like I really want to.
How about there isn't much difference between living abroad in Nigeria, except lights, healthcare, security, good roads. Except that abroad they make rules and usually try to follow them to the letter. Anyway, anything else is lawlessness, which is the primary problem of Nigeria. For example, you also have to pay for luggage cards at most airports abroad, but the payment goes directly to the airport authority. It's not a big deal to pay for something if you are making use of it and there's benefit. Sorry, sir. However, in Nigeria, you find out that the luggage cards at the airport are intended to be free, hence they are poorly managed, and then some idle in the airport.
Cards in Nigeria are free.
And then some idle in the airport to turn it into their personal rackets. In the US where I reside, if you want to obtain your transcripts, there are usually two processing options, regular and premium. As with most applications here, you pay more for premium processing and your transcript is prioritized. You will likely receive it within 2 or 3 days as opposed to about 2 weeks. It's also a good way to differentiate between those who need transcripts urgently and those who are willing to wait while the school makes additional money. I remember the last time I was trying to obtain my Nigerian passport, I paid a bribe of 100% of the passport cost to one man in Ikoyi because I was leaving Nigeria soon. However, I didn't receive any premium or fast processing. Do you know why? I later discovered that everyone in the passport office had paid a bribe as well. So who would receive premium processing when everyone has paid a bribe? LOL. In the end, it was my family friend who is a lawyer that works a lot with Nigerian immigration and experts that need Nigerian work visas who saved the day. I understand your perspectives on the Ekweremadu case. Funny enough, we're talking about him today. Yeah. However, the need for lawmakers to uphold the law and set a good example for that to follow, which we've always said. So please jail them. If you need us to be transporting them to the UK to
I have so many questions about this family, but like, I'm listening.
It is important for leaders to act in accordance with the law and avoid engaging in corrupt practices, as this contributes to the breakdown of institutions and undermines the rule of law. While it's understandable that a father will want to help his daughter, it should not be done through illegal means. It is encouraging to see that there are voices like yours, thank you very much, advocating for the need for accountability and integrity in public office in Nigeria. Thank you. Just give us citizenship of America. It's fine.
God, I beg.
Do crime, do the time. The image of the law is a blindfolded body. I just added body, sorry. A blindfolded person who weighs the evidence and strikes if you are guilty. This is how to maintain law and order and prosperity in any nation. Even though things were very hard for me when I initially came abroad. In fact, at some point, I regretted even leaving Nigeria, considering how difficult things became for me. But God has turned things around for me after so many years here, and I finally obtained stability after close to 8 years. I'm glad I left when I did as a 24-year-old person then, and many people will consider doing so, especially if they have nothing really going for them in Nigeria. We have faced racism here, we have faced discrimination here, we have faced depression and loneliness here. We constantly face all sorts of challenges here, but at least most of us can put food on our tables and have the basics of good living while hoping for a better, more prosperous future. We are thriving, gradually, little by little, and small by small. Shout out to you, Akin Folarin.
Thank you for writing to us. It's quite a brief summary.
Yes, exactly.
I don't think there's everything he was on his mind that he even said self.
Yeah.
I think my questions, I haven't numbered them, but I just know I had. First one are the erroneous statements he spoke about. Please write to us. Let us know what the erroneous statements are and tell us what your opinion about the statements are. I think it's for people to be enlightened. You don't just say you don't know anything and then you don't tell them anything that they don't know. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? I also look out for people like that, like, because I'm also a person who learns by interaction. Maybe that's one of the reasons like I'm always talking, right? So like I want to know. That's one. Two, this maybe might not be a question. I hear you 100%, but I also feel like this is the fate of every Nigerian, you know, being in Nigeria and having to wade through the different layers of corruption, right? Because the corruption is really at every level. Yeah. And then we say, oh, Nigeria is bad, but like the people that make up Nigeria is what Nigeria is. Nigeria is not an entity existing on its own, and then the people are different. The people make the system.
Yeah.
I remember saying something this week where I was saying that I think one of my greatest shocks as an adult is seeing adults litter.
Oh yeah, that one do.
Do you understand what I mean? Like, if you're a child that you throw something on the ground, I'll be like, oh, you're so stupid. Like, this is a child. Like, the child's still trying to find direction.
Yeah.
But you see adults, big person, you go wind down in window, go throw the thing for outside.
When it's rainy season,
I say, where is this place flooded?
They got to get say, the government.
Do you understand?
The government.
We always blame the government and ignore ourselves.
So always not the one throwing gala wrapper.
Do you understand?
A Casaprenco bottle inside gutter.
Do you get what I mean? Mm-hmm. But what I completely agree with is, actions and consequences.
They're obviously. Do you
understand?
Every action is
because if you, and it is possible, because remember 2020 during the lockdown?
Yeah.
What bearder? Go outside, let them catch you there. They will arrest you.
Yeah.
Everybody was in their house. Nobody even tried. With all our hot-headedness and the homelessness.
Also, there was also the fear factor if I go outside.
God bless you, which is what I'm trying to say. Meaning that the government actually has power to instill the right thing in people. I
don't think it's lockdown. I think it's like even election. Election, there was total lockdown.
Do you understand?
There's no point where you want to chop AK-47 for a head.
If look at this thing, we're talking about this loudspeaker that is singing something today. When Fashola was in office, they did not try it first. Bring that speaker, come outside.
Fashola banned street parties.
Do you understand?
Back then, when people would block streets that
reggae jam.
They'll not be playing
street jam.
They'll not be playing Said Oshopa.
Do you understand?
Because maybe somebody's great grandfather. Like when he's 50th and
exactly. So you want to block the streets because all the other people, their aunts.
When Fashola was governor, they no born you.
Do you understand what I mean?
Police will tear they'll fling your canopy and chairs away.
See, a lawful Nigeria is possible, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's what I was trying to get at. When
you have the right leaders who have the moral integrity and
background,
yes, and there's a willingness to do that, the political will to make things right, it will work.
So I'll segue real quick into something and come back to what you just like these points that we just made about having leaders who want to also uphold the law in the sense, right? Yeah. So it's down to this Ekweremadu thing this guy just mentioned, but we'll come to that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself that there have been times in our existence in Nigeria that we've seen the government put their foot down about something, and people followed.
Yes, but people don't. Yes, but the problem is few and far in between. If it was continuous,
you
could snowball and say,
exactly.
Okay, this is serious.
Over time, it's
you do one.
But that's who we are, even as people, and which is why I say that in the demand for a better Nigeria, we can't stop because our leaders are used to us starting and stopping.
Yes,
it has to be a continue for Nigeria to really become better. You need to demand it every day. You cannot say, okay, they've started doing it now, you now keep quiet.
We'll
pick it up again. Every day that you wake up, be like, why is this thing like this? No. Arrange it. It's like having a pet peeve that really gets at you.
Is it people that cannot even agree that they should not litter their roots?
Do you understand what I mean?
To have continuous demand for something.
But that's exactly what I'm saying. But because amongst the oppressed, there are people who support the oppression or the vileness in the system.
Yeah.
And so that is why the growth is seeming unattainable. But it is possible. I know it sounds like I'm really preaching right now, but like it really starts with one person's mindset.
Which I started a great Nigerian.
No, but it's the truth. It's possible because all the things I'm hearing about Nigerians abroad when they talk about Nigeria is so corrupt. This. Yes, when we're here, we do the corruption shit too, right?
King Charles, please, I'm begging you. If you need a black bastard, so.
Please don't kill me.
Colonization was great. I don't know what you people were talking about.
I mean, I think I read one report that I've not finished. I opened it. I didn't finish it anyway. That the first breeds were actually black people.
Shout out. See, I know black people like.
I'll share that article with you.
Other first confessors, bro, Baba Charlie, I beg you. To you, small place. Small place.
Oh my God.
I will hold the laptop.
I love it.
The royal laptop bearer.
The
royal laptop bearer.
I think What are all the things they gave him yesterday?
They gave him those two.
The ring is that ring I want to hold because that thing that is holding it.
Now like those two stuff of office where you hold like this.
Like a badgie.
Now the jazz.
So when I'm about to cook, when I'm about to get in, do you understand?
So you went door. See power.
I love it. Monarchy is sweet.
Nigeria will be great when it decides to be great.
Anyway, no, have I finished making? I said I was going to bring that point back to what we're saying, right? And what I was trying to get at, right? So in voting for our leaders, if we're looking, even one of the star boy of LP during the elections that said the same thing.
Daddy.
If the process that brought you in is not credible, how can you also be credible? Do you understand what I mean? I mean, that's not what it is verbatim, but what this corruption that this person is shouting about, I think I want to also state something. You left Nigeria at the age of 24, right? Mm-hmm. I think that's the best time to leave a country.
Yeah.
Right? Between your teenage years and maybe after secondary school, your early 20s, best time, mid-20s. But like the time you start getting to 30, 40, and you're living in a country, and the question now beckons at you, do you want to leave the country that you know to integrate somewhere else? And what time will it take you? It took you 8 years.
It depends. If you're going for marriage, it makes sense. If
you're going for where?
Marriage. Yeah.
Like marry somebody abroad?
Yes.
Based on that,
or if you have, if by some crazy means, Google sees all the great things you've done in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. So come to Google in America.
Exactly, work. It's a great way to integrate.
But say you're starting from the bottom.
Yeah. Do you get what I mean? I think that, like, based off of the perspective that he gave, is that you left the country at a great time for yourself, So integration is not as difficult. Imagine add 8 years to somebody who is living in Nigeria, maybe in their 30s. Do you understand? I'm trying to integrate into the system and get some sort of comfort. I think it's just that thing where the problem is a lot, right? And I hear him when he says all these things, even having worked hard to grow into an economy for 8 years and then integrate and then attain a certain level of stability. The truth is that in Nigeria too, there are people who have moved from their 20s, 24, and also providing food for themselves too on their table. So it depends on the conversations that you're looking at or the people that you're looking at. But thank you for the insights, though. It's very interesting.
Please give me your passport plug, because I will see. I know they won't.
Wait, you're finding it difficult to do your passport?
No, I'm going to be ready soon, so I don't want to.
But why are you not asking me that is sitting right next to you? You
went to into ancient Yoruba land.
Because I was also offered an option.
Oh, okay.
Of a certain time frame. I could have waited, but I don't know what the Mungwangwa that time. So I needed, and in 2 weeks I got my passport. My passport was ready.
The last time I went to our passport office, I went there twice. Just apply for a new one, collect the second. I don't get time. Please, I beg you.
Oh wait, so which passport office was this?
Ikoyi.
So you just went in, applied, and that was it. So
they call me back for I think that's what they did now. I think I did capture and everything that day. The
same day you applied. I don't know how that is.
Money talks,
How much did you pay them?
How much? That naira was still good.
So how much did you pay them?
It doesn't go up to 30K safe. Yeah.
Which year was this?
And 2017 or so.
That's the same year that I did my first passport myself.
Then 2 weeks later, they call me and say it's ready, and I just got there, finish. Now that I'm hearing horror stories.
Okay, but the truth is, that year I actually did my passport in 2 days.
Now I'm hearing horror stories that people have to bring cow and the head of Shango to go and collect passports.
Well, now because they are trying to digitalize the process, but you know that the corruption is also fighting the digitalization of the process.
It's the people inside. It's the people that work.
And so that's what we're talking about. That's what he's also saying, right?
Yeah.
Me too. When I did my passport, they told me that if I don't get it by a certain time, now so I go miss the opportunity where day before me.
Ooh la la.
Now so 2 days it was done. 2 to 3 days tops. It was done. I registered. I applied on Friday. I got it on Monday. And because I'm sure it probably would have been the next day or something if it wasn't a weekend. Say government workers and weekend, they use ID here Friday.
From Friday.
Once 12 don't reach, office don't close.
It's not on seat.
Do you understand?
You might have to come back next week. When next week? I don't know. Government workers never know anything.
I promise you.
They never know one thing.
See, so it was that person who did that magic for me that made me. He was like, I could go to somebody else that he would direct me to. But I knew that if they send me to somebody else, person not take me as priority as this person.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Me too, I had a plug inside, so definitely.
So that's why I ran to Ogun State.
All right.
To go and do it.
The second fan mail.
Second fan mail from Culture Class. He says, "Hey guys, I don't have any story. Thank you. I have a simple question."
No, the answer is no.
Have Ayo and Ugochi dated in the past? Are they currently in a relationship? Like we used to say back in Uniben, this is their chemistry, don't pass, be careful. Oshé, in quotes for that matter.
Shout out to all the Uniben people.
You don't understand? This that Uniben is strong. But anyway, I actually think Ugochi likes Ayo a lot. She admires him so much that it is not unfathomable for such admiration to turn into infatuation over time. I love it. It's how this is relationship therapy.
You people watch too much telenovelas.
I love it. Ayo on the other.
Secret of the Sand.
Wow. Ayo, you're the principled person between both of us.
Thank God you know that.
Ayo on the other hand is a principled person.
Thank God the principality that I am. Thank you. Cultured person.
I'm laughing so much. Actually, I was principled, to be honest. For in certain things, I don't know about others.
CBIC.
But in certain things, yeah.
Shows principle. Thank you.
He's a principled person who doesn't often let people in. However, over time, Ayo has become super comfortable to Gochi, and I can tell he's let her in on and he's let her in on and off the pod. These two hosts have probably been vulnerable with each other on many occasions. We can hear it in the episodes. I beg, make we know if we did buy 234 Ashwebi in 2024. You might actually start buying it from 2023 because we have a plan of pushing out in quotes.
Culture Class, you fail this one.
Do you understand? So deeply.
You are repeating.
I think it's also that thing where when people listen to 234, they get the sense that they know you and I. I find that from even the interactions, and I'm greatly appreciative of this. Yeah. Because it also just means like we have more friends, right? Because that's who I am, right? I like friendship. I like
friends that give us dollars and pounds.
Do you understand? But I think also like in your analysis, I get it, but it's not what it is. Yeah.
It's not that deep.
Yeah, nothing. Sometimes that's why human beings, it's not always white and black. Why don't we accept the colors in between? Like, but it's okay. I hear you.
Accept the colors. LGBT plus.
LGBTQ. I love it. Do you understand? But like, yeah, there are always colors in between. But I hear you and I get it. And the answer really to all that you asked is no, as I rightly said.
Yeah.
But keep listening, guys. You know.
All right.
Keep listening.
All right. We're done with
where do we start from?
Catch up time. How was your week?
My week was overwhelming again. You guys, Ayo came through for me this week. Let me just face, say if I talk bad, I talk good. You understand?
Thank God.
I'm not somebody who don't keep balance.
Balanciego.
Wabi sabi. You need to keep balance. You understand it? Balenciago. Ayo saved me this week. I was really overwhelmed, and shout out to all my friends. I'm really grateful for friendship.
Don't worry, investor vibes. That's what we do. Sabino's me. I had to look for that meme.
And you actually sent it to me. That's the annoying part.
That was funny.
Bombastic side eyes, literally.
So don't worry, investor vibes.
Do you understand? With his blue, his iconic blue shirt.
I have tie.
Trademark. Do you understand? I think he tucks that tie in, or is it that short tie?
Is it short tie?
Or he tucks it in.
I think he tucks it in, sir.
Same here. I had an overwhelming week. I had this opportunity I'm chasing, and it's taking like 6 levels to get to it.
No, wow.
I'm also grateful for intuition, because especially as regards communication, I think that communication is very important. People need to say what they mean and mean what they say clearly. I think that in conversations also, people should avoid expectations. My phone is ringing in my room.
Okay.
I think that in conversations also, it's always important to leave an open mind. Well, I think also it depends on the conversation, and for both people conversing, by the way, you or the person, because sometimes having expectations closes your mind off from the point that is trying to be reached. I also learned some things about myself this week that I'm hoping in the coming days to work on. I'll share a couple of it. I realized that I lack business language. I know business, but I lack the language. And please, if you're someone who is a tutor on business languages, how to make the process, define the process in short, concise words that are relative to the business, I would very much appreciate it if you can reach out to me and let's have a conversation. Please, I don't have money. This is CSR you'll be doing for the brand that is the Igbo Stallion and Ugochi. Do you understand? This is a pro bono service. And also I can give you insights on whatever things that you imagine. So we can trade by barter off of intellectual property, if that makes any sense. That's one challenge I realized, because I find that in order to move to the next level, many times you need to change the skill sets. So the skill might be foundational. It's same at every level, right? Yeah. At its foundation is the same, but as you advance and you look to grow, you need to change, like you need to finesse the skill, if that makes any sense. The skills,
you have to sharpen the skill.
Exactly. You need to make it bolder, in a sense, right? So give it more structure. And I think I lack that structure because personally I've always worked with small and medium scale businesses and majorly small businesses, and I want to scale more for myself. And for me to scale more, I need to position myself in a certain way. So I pray for the spirit of discipline to actually do what is needed. Because I need to grow personally. I'm all about that. So yeah. That's how my week was in summary. I spent my Saturday sleeping. It was my gym instructor's birthday on the 5th of May. Shout out to Promise. Promise saved my life. I say that someday I'll probably talk about that in detail, but like right now, that's just like also the friend that I didn't know that I needed at a point in my life. My gym journey started with nothing, no direction. Still really probably doesn't have any gym body goals, but it needs becoming a lifestyle and just enjoying being there. Promise really assisted largely to that. And I'm grateful for that. But yeah, so my week was filled with a lot of soul searching, and that's why I said I was overwhelmed. Soul searching, self-searching, Christ finding first, actually. God finding.
Amen.
Yeah, just searching myself and being honest with myself. Yeah, that was my week. How was yours? You look brighter this week, by the way.
It's Vaseline. Yeah, my week was the same thing, office wahala.
Yeah.
Interview wahala, yeah, nothing.
Interviews?
Yeah, I'm doing something where I'm interviewing some people.
Oh yeah.
For a project, and yeah, it was quite hectic at the end of the day, but we came through. Thank God. We didn't die.
I love it. Great.
Yes. We've seen the glory of the Lord.
Do you have any highlights for the week?
No, sorry.
Really?
It's the same repetitive highlights.
Shit.
Yes.
Maybe you need to do something different.
Leave Nigeria.
This your character. If you leave Nigeria, nobody will see you again. I will be under a stone.
I'll go to
literally.
I'll go to Cuba. You guys will never see me again.
I will be except maybe they hide your true behavior for Nigeria.
I'll go and buy one mansion in Cuba. Never see me again.
Such an indoor person.
I'm done.
I know that you're a very indoor person.
Waiting there outside. It's fornication.
Billing.
Fornication and sin and billing. The way they outside.
No, billing first, because the billing will bring fornication. You understand?
Stay inside. Don't say you dey go
there
bus
stop. There is no CBIC.
Bus stop. You don't spend 15K. No. I'm inside my house.
Even inside your house now, because now that businesses are virtual, you feel they make you waiting there outside, they hungry you. Before you know it, money has gone.
No. Just like the children of Israel when the angel of death was passing. Stay inside. No, they waka.
Because Toyosi is my real G, I'm going to talk about this, right? Toyosi works with a fintech called Money. And
too much money. Texas.
Do you understand? Real Texas. So, and because she's like doing growth, trying to now delve into growth strategies for the brand, they did this thing this week where they were asking, well, last week and past week, where they were asking, what have you spent money most on today? I really want to know what the statistics from that shit was. Like,
food.
A lot of people said food.
Used to eat now.
gosh.
Before I used to feel
food
bad.
Is expensive then.
Before I used to feel bad spending money on food, but I'm like, food is a basic necessity of human. Why am I making money? I'm not eating food.
100%.
Please eat. Your other people that said no, eat food. You're not going to eat it.
What is that way that you try to save money domestically for yourself? Do you buy thrifts? Because they also ask this question. Do you buy thrifts? Do you save in your colo? Do you cook at home? I can't remember the last two things they asked, but between these three things, let me go and find that post. Very important.
There's no save. Everybody rough and like that. There's no save anything.
My dear,
you buy second hand.
We mix everything.
Buy second hand.
See, we used to mix everything so that anyone that can work out. Mm-hmm. Some days you buy second hand. Some days you eat at home. Some days you save in a colo. Shout out to the people that have made virtual colos. It's too funny because everything has to work at this point, because see the amount of money people even spend on feeding, eating in this Lagos. Eating, my God,
bro! If you have the money,
just to eat.
Just say no. I'm kidding. So you are saving the money from what?
Please make you no die.
But you're dying of hunger. Doesn't make sense. Eat.
Oh, they find better life. They alive. They to see. You need to eat.
So I'm not eating. Sorry.
Please eat food.
I beg.
If you can cook it, please cook it. If you can't cook it, please look for food.
If you can order it. See,
do whatever you can to stay alive.
Don't let nobody get trippy about food. Please.
That's why they arrest you when you commit suicide. Because how dare you?
See, if you can eat 6 times a day.
If you attempt suicide.
If you can afford to eat 6 times a day, eat. It's your money.
Please, my dear, spend your money on what? On food. Nourish your body.
Life is too hard for you to now be saying no, we're not.
To be wicked to self as well. No. A lot of people spend, but I want to know like the percentage of that was spent on food. How many people said food? Because if but like that, just go and open one food business. Really, 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 because those people are making shit ton of money.
I think that won't be transport too.
Of course. Oh, transportation is so expensive.
And now that they want to they plan on removing fuel subsidy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, I think Nana needs to run that thing for us instead. For 234 Nana, I'll speak to Nana. He needs to put out a poll sort of thing. Let's do it on Tuesday polls. Let's call it Tuesday polls.
What do people spend money on?
What have you spent money on today?
Some say it's woman, but it's allowed.
That one's FCD now. Now Friday, go to hear all those kinds of things. Yeah, on a Friday, women and outside. I spent a lot of money on outside.
I know. Stay inside your house.
I said I didn't sleep yesterday. I passed out yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't sleep off. I legit passed out, and I woke up like wee hours of the morning today. And at that time, they see skelewu. All the lounges around here were popping. I was like, wow. And they said there is no money.
There's money now.
But now buy diesel because the electricity, business owners in Nigeria, especially nightlife business owners, they know they play with their generator.
Yeah? So if it goes off, what's going to happen?
Do you understand?
People will leave now.
Because they want to give you an experience, that must not feel Nigerian.
You must spend money.
Do you understand? An experience that does not feel Nigerian, and you don't want them to take lights. So if all of you are running generator, or more business owners, I don't even know how they are going to manage people that see in the coming months. If your operations can be remote or hybrid, please, I encourage small, medium scale business owners to sort after that option, because with the removal of the fuel subsidy, normally, when the fuel scarcity, they say as the country, they really fumble. I know that is a thing where like I'm asking for people to find inward solutions, but that's what it has to be. And even when I work as a person, I always tell people that you need to find out what you can do with the resources available to you first.
Okay,
because that's where you start from, to be honest. If you don't increase your expectation, you go to pressure yourself, you go to pressure your employer, we don't get the money to do the thing way. Of course, things need to be done, things need to be worked on, capital needs to be pumped into a business for it to grow 100%. But like in the meantime, just also like find ways to work with the things that you have to generate the funds that you need. It would be a Herculean task, but my dear, living in Nigeria and growing a business in Nigeria is a Herculean task for sure.
Yeah, all right.
So
tweet of the week now.
Tweet of the Week. You are now listening to the Tweet of the Week, the tweet that stood out the most on Twitter.
Right here
on 234 Essential Podcast.
All right, so this is from Pegasus Season, Pegasus_SZN. He tweeted, in Nigeria, if you on gen and NEPA later bring the light, you have to wait a few minutes to know if they're serious before you put it
Maybe
on.
hours.
See, that's why you know that, yes, we're really Nigerian. You look outside, the bus light, wait.
You know they even shake.
Wait.
You understand? Because they feel collect them.
You look at 20 minutes, they've taken it. Say,
I talk and say, no fisty.
The annoying one is when you get to the gym, when you go off to go and switch off.
Immediately.
And immediately as you switch it off, they not take light. See, people God go punish for heaven plenty. On the day of judgment.
Oh my God.
It will be very hard to see anybody.
Nigeria is stressful.
It will be very hard to see anybody working in Ikeja electricity. All those guys, in heaven. It's hard. Because the sorrow they brought to many Nigerians.
I swear.
The
amount of courses
that been
laid on them.
But the annoying one is that they bring the light, like they bring the electricity around 11:30 p.m.
Yeah.
You switch off your gen. When it's not like past midnight, 1 minute past midnight, they not take switch off the light.
I promise you.
Heat will not be mosquito will not be everywhere. God.
See, I don't play with mosquitoes though.
Oh God.
I'm an insecticide junkie. I feel not get food for us, but I get insecticide. Because that shit.
Electricity in this country.
See.
The person that will solve it. That person.
Malaria.
Nigerians will worship that person.
I promise you. No, we'll be grateful for time immemorial.
You go vote that person. You say, Baba, you will do top 10.
In fact.
You will do, in short, make him a monarch.
Do you understand?
King of Nigeria.
Vote of no, what they call it?
Vote of no return.
Yes.
He's there till he dies.
Referendum, what they are calling it. That's what we'll do.
But are you joking?
Because electricity. The amount of productivity that we'll be experiencing.
There's another person that can reduce hold up in Lagos. Oh God. That person.
That one.
Yeah, forever governor of Lagos. That one. Because
no, well, maybe the person they probably would try to think about creating more roads.
It's not roads.
Accessibility is,
first of all,
the roads are also bad. You must agree to that.
One, the roads are bad. Two, there are too many cars on the roads.
Too many motorists.
There are too many cars on the roads, So you have to scale back on how many cars you even have on the roads. And that's when you now come to like alternative means on transport, blah, blah, blah. I read somewhere that there are like 75,000 downfalls in Lagos. I think that's accurate.
Just Lagos.
So let me Google it again.
Just Lagos. Why are you looking for that? Like, it's either find alternative to road transportation or you do something about the roads. Generally, the roads need to be fixed though. We also need to find proper drainage systems.
Yeah. So there are 75,000 commercial buses in Lagos.
Wow.
Yes, and I think there are like 50,000 kekemas in Lagos too. I think so.
There should be more than that, self.
And this is a rough estimate. They don't count.
There should be more than that.
It's a rough estimate.
This waiting to be the name. Those mini buses. Those tiny buses. Those ones.
The yellow and black one.
Those tiny ones that are 6-seater buses.
But I painted yellow and black now.
No, sometimes they also have whites. Like Lekki here, it's the white ones that we see.
They've added everything to
that to the 50,000?
To the 75,000 commercial buses.
Okay. Yeah. Those buses, I like to do how many they really are.
Then Lagos State has like maybe 1K BLT. Probably 1K BLT.
Even after the destruction from... they destroyed some of the buses during the NSAS protests.
We are very sorry, Lagos
around that side, around that time.
So the governor has also bought in electric buses. My whole problem is...
Cable buses?
Electric buses, they run on electricity.
Oh, okay.
So wonderful innovation and everything, but if you are bringing these buses and they don't replace the downforce, you're adding more wahala.
Exactly.
There are more cars on the road again.
Yeah, more road users.
Can you give us a visible plan of you phasing away this 75,000 down? I would do 75. How many again?
75,000 downforce.
75,000 downforce
and 50,000 kekes.
You replace them with what you guys have. It will be fair. But you're not adding more on a system that's already overburdened. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. But they have to start for Lagos to be where it is. They have to demolish a lot of places.
There are too many stakeholders involved in the.
I had a demolish somewhere around your place recently, in Lekki or somewhere. I didn't know Lekki is bleak, but they said some shanty towns.
The government has been doing a lot of that, but I think the question for me is, I think they're around Aja because they always go to Aja to destroy.
I heard Aja is not meant to be like a habitable place. That is meant, like, I don't know, somebody said that, but I can't remember. But I don't know the plan.
Or is it that conversation with Leo da Silva?
Is it Leo? Yeah, but
that he said a lot of the land there is for his father.
Oh.
That when he's ready to take back his land, I think that's what you heard.
I don't have time.
So it's habitable. It's just like there have been a lot of construction works there.
So they demolished some houses in Ajawa estates. I saw a video of a woman crying. She said she just left the hospital that they had demolished on my house. I mean, I was like feeling pity, but I now saw the whole story. And they told the people to leave there since 2016.
It's not easy now.
But I said for this Lagos, I was saying, Lagos has to be the day they go say, okay, let everybody now.
Okay, yeah.
But it's a problem because before you demolish houses, you have to understand you have to create like
an alternative,
affordable houses for people to go to. Yeah, which is the first step. You can't say we are demolishing houses. So where are we going to? We are going back to the same jungle that you want to rearrange. So you have to create at least, in my own head, though, if Lagos State say they try, 500,000 housing units, whether it is condos, affordable apartments, they're going to be like a proper payment plan. If you want to rent. If you want to buy, then you do it in the mortgage kind of system.
Mortgage system.
According to how much you earn, they'll check your BVN, how much enters your list, and they'll say, okay, this is it. But this is Nigeria. Then politicians are just waiting 4 years. Let me chop it and chop.
And quickly be out.
That is not.
It's also that thing where like a lot of our leaders, I feel like they're not really bothered about the economy or what they're doing. It's just like, again, we treat symptoms and not root causes. Do you get what I mean?
When there are people are building bridges and there are people are suffering, it's bridge they are building.
Do you understand?
Airports that it's only the private jets that will land there.
Do you get what I mean? It's also that thing where I'm looking at Nigeria and I'm like, we're there reclaiming land. How about somebody thinking about using our airspaces, But then again, they are building substandard buildings and so they are falling. So you see the problems.
If I go to a Nigerian building and there's elevator, like a federal ministry.
Sometimes I'm so scared.
Lagos, and there's a federal ministry of something in Lagos, and they have elevator. And let me just walk.
I'm usually so scared. It's just like if this thing hang for waiting, they won't do like this.
If it's a building that's like 4-story building, 5-story building, fine. But those 20, 30. You will now want me to use elevator.
See, it's even something that if Nigeria can strike a deal with, say, a country like China, or maybe Nigerians in diaspora who are learning these skills. Shout out to one of my friends who were having a conversation, like skills for making and maintaining, like the things that we need to do in this country.
But building is not a problem in Nigeria.
Do you understand?
Nigeria can build the largest stadium in the world. It's not a problem.
So it's the checking. It's also in buying the right materials to do the job.
You know what I'm saying now? But even the maintenance again, oh my Lord.
Continuity culture, zero.
And because one politician doesn't want to continue what another politician has done because he's an opponent. So
it will start a fresh one so that it can bring a new budget.
Do you know the worth of abandoned projects in Nigeria is 77 trillion naira.
What?
77 trillion naira.
There's been some
railway, Ajaokota Steel Complex, hotels, just abandoned.
There's been some gist in the media about the CBN letting off some I don't know what exactly it is. Gosh, I forgot. I didn't pay attention to it. Like, well, in further debt anyway. Like, that's what it's about. Well, so
they are in further debt. I'm not owing any. As of today, I meant is not owing anybody. Anybody will go borrow from China. Now, ain't go pay for
understand? Nigeria's debt.
So it's not 7 trillion naira. 7 trillion naira. Let me look for that thread again. So Nigeria has over 11,000 abandoned government projects worth over 7 trillion naira. Despite the enormous resources allocated to these projects, they have been abandoned, leaving behind half-built structures, idle machinery, and wasted resources. The one that everybody knows, is the Ajaokota Steel Complex. This is a monument to what could have been a symbol of Nigeria's unrealized industrial potential. Despite a budget increase from $650 million to $88 billion, $8 billion, no steel has been produced in over 40 years.
Can you imagine?
There have been talks of recent to revive the project under concession. I went to this place and it felt like a museum.
There was only a documentary I watched recently about the way Nigerian government has been borrowing money to develop that steel. Nothing is happening.
It's a black hole.
Yeah, it's a black hole. It's a government black hole.
In Rivers State, who is the governor of Rivers again, please?
Yes, some.
That is busy declaring public holiday every day. Rivers monorail project, a dream of modern transportation. This 50 billion naira 12-kilometer monorail project in Rivers State was abandoned after just 2.6 kilometers and a whooping 33.9 billion naira spent. It now serves as a reminder of the challenges of infrastructure development in Nigeria. Yet, I'm sure that man is building bridge everywhere. Bridge, but cannot do rail.
Shebi, his candidates went to Port Harcourt to open road for them, a big bridge, and he said to him that he told his principal that
they should refund.
That they should refund the money that he used to create.
You go take you.
So I think the media is also very funny, right? Anyway, Mike had said that Tinubu is going to pay him for the roads that he did, federal roads that he did, because he had no business doing it.
Yeah.
And he should, something like an honorary thing as well. And in response, his principal told him that, I know they pay you back any money for anything. If you want to get your money back, come and lobby me.
You should lobby now.
Do you understand?
So there's also
this is how they're also very open about their operations these days. Just like everybody don't know what's in the occur. So
there's also the federal secretariat in Ikoyi, which has been abandoned. Anybody has passed Ikoyi passport system needs this building. 15-story building in the heart of Lagos was once the site of bustling government activity. Today it stands as a haunting reminder of what happens when development is derailed. Why the government cannot sell this to a private owner and they can now turn it into like offices, I don't know. So now area boys are there, defecation, everything is there. There are many other projects again that have fallen under the cracks in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the country we live in.
I'm reading something, right? KPMG released something about our debts. And
their debts.
And Nigeria's debts.
You know, concern me. Nobody's going to knock on my door.
Oh my God! Isn't Nigeria's total public debt stock increased by 14.46% between 2022 and 2023 to 46.25 trillion naira? This excludes another estimated 27.55 trillion naira that is registered under Ways and Means loans from the central bank. This is what I was talking about. An additional debt envisaged in 2023 annual budget of states and federal government. That one that there's actually a projection that Nigeria's debts would reach 77 trillion naira actually before 2023's. I think before this first half of the year is done. Yeah.
My president is rich enough to pay all of that. My president-elect is rich enough to pay all of that in one swoop.
The only thing he said this week that made me happy was that we need to actually crush our tribal differences. I know it's one thing to say it and another thing to do it, but fellow Nigerians.
I'm sure if I go to NT, every Nigerian leader from 1960 has said that it's not a normal thing.
We don't know. Again, glimmer of hope. Please, my fellow Nigerians.
They said the person will put light at the end of the tunnel now full. Why not put them inside the tunnel where I go see road? How do you
make I see where they waka go? If I go feel which end of the tunnel?
They put end of the tunnel. Why? I don't reach the end. I want the middle.
Do you understand? I want to see as they waka they go.
All right,
but yeah,
we left tweet of the week. Now, major talking points. So this came up when we were even recording Loose Talk, but we didn't talk about it. Our former, what was
number
as
Deputy Senate Governor?
Yeah, whatever it was.
Is it President Governor?
No, President.
No. President Abi.
Wait, no, check. Before they say we
Deputy Senate President.
Erroneous.
I'm telling you, but that's from the diaspora tonight. I think it's Deputy Senate President, actually.
Wait. He was the Deputy President of the Nigerian Senate for 3 consecutive Senate terms or stuff like that. Yeah.
So, his name is... Do I get it or I don't get it?
Ekweremadu, who was... Wait, I want to just see something. I want to just make sure.
What?
No, there's a story about him one time, so I want to just make sure. Yeah, Ekweremadu, in case you don't know him, he was the Deputy Senate President, like we said. And sometime not too long ago, he was actually assaulted in Germany, 2019.
Yeah,
and I like those Nigerians in Germany. That's the diaspora me I like.
They saw him and they were stoning at him.
Yes. All you people in America, we're going to follow them.
Go back to your country.
All people in the US and UK, we're going to follow them and they talk.
Do you understand?
Evil for evil. But anyway, a UK court during the week found him guilty of organ harvesting and sentenced him to 9 years in prison.
His 9 years, 8 months.
Yeah. Let me look for the terms correctly. Wait, hold up. Yes, Ekweremadu wife and doctor, poor doctor, found jailed for organ trafficking. Blah 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 blah. How did he write this in this thing?
So I
his wife also got like
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years or something.
She got 4 years and 6 months.
Yeah, his wife was sentenced for 4 years and 6 months, while Obeta, which is the doctor, received a full robust 10 year, a decade.
Yeah, so
a decade.
And his license suspended.
For your decadence.
Do you understand?
You got a decade. And there have been reactions to that. First one, there have been urgent pleas to the Nigerian government to lobby the UK government to reduce his term. I heard that.
Did you see that lawyer was using the judge was using a system?
A system.
He used a laptop. Was in a laptop.
That one did. No?
Future.
So they said there might be plans to lobby even the new king in England to he can pardon people. That's one of his powers, to sort of do like a pardon for Ekweremadu. So they were going to see a lot of PR spins and lobbying in the next few months. And I guess
Ekweremadu must be a nice player.
He's a corrupt man.
Yeah.
So allegedly,
in the corrupt system.
Yeah. So apparently, I think one of the rollouts was to Mail was BB's interview with his daughter, where she said, she's biased. She sees nothing wrong. Obviously, she's the daughter, and this is sick.
Is that what she said though? That she sees nothing wrong?
No, that she doesn't agree with the verdict. Which she's
not her parents' actions though.
Yeah,
with
but
the verdict.
She said she's biased. I can't remember what she said exactly.
I actually watched the interview.
I was disgusted.
So I actually watched the interview. 25-year-old. She was talking about. Of course, she said she doesn't agree with the methods that they used, but she also kind of understands that as her parents, they tried to do what they thought was necessary to get a solution for her, because she's on dialysis every now and then. And under that interview,
let me just read her quote.
Okay.
So, she said, although she understands why her parents were convicted, she disagrees with it, albeit from a quote very biased perspective as their daughter. I will obviously always back my parents. However, the law has taken its course, and we just have to move on now to move forward as a family. It sounds very coach to me, but I feel guilty. I feel like all this happened because of me.
Yeah, that's what she said at the end of the interview.
Obviously, she has a lot of media training. Because this is somebody who has done media training.
She was actually really good for somebody that I've never seen on.
There's a lot of media training.
So that's what you people do in the media. You train people to respond to interviews.
Yes. Now, if you have a crisis, let's say you are a big celebrity and you have a huge scandal, and they want to give you, this is a do or die interview.
That girl didn't flinch.
You will sit down and say, "Oh, this is the question they're going to ask you. Did you or did you not slap your wife?" You will answer. They'll say, "No, you don't say it like that." Lower your voice, this thing. Show your, and when you're talking, make sure you raise up your hand, show your wedding ring. There'll be a picture of you and your wife. Yes,
wow, that's so true. When I think about that, I actually believed her.
Either she's very smart,
she's young.
Either she's very, very smart, or she was media trained.
No, she's media trained.
Obviously, for you to go to BBC,
and she's smart.
Nobody's going to allow you to go to BBC.
I promise you.
And I'll be saying, you have to know your shit.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of Nigerians didn't fuck with it.
Think about it like that. In that point,
now the victim.
And I believed God.
Now the victim that caused this Wahala said he can't come back to Nigeria because his life is already threatened.
Do you understand?
I said, my guy, don't worry.
Quick, sharp.
Asylum.
Do you see Reno? God, I'm sorry I always talk about Reno Mercury, but I don't know how I can't stop following him.
If I own a media house, I will have a list of people that I tell my journalists that if you ever write a story about them, you'll be fired immediately. Reno.
See.
Bobrisky.
Wow.
James Brown.
I don't like that. Why?
Kemi Olunloyo.
Okay, that one for sure.
What's that one?
What did James Brown do to you? I want to know.
It's bottom barrel content.
But there are people that he's marketing to now.
PM News is there now. Daniel Rega. Solomon Bucci.
Well, these are clickbait, Sha. These are clickbait people.
This is bottom barrel. Nkechi, what's her name?
People.
Blessing CEO. No, not Blessing. The other one with big yash. That's not fine. What's her name?
Which one is that?
Nkechi Blessing.
Oh, okay. Tanya's big.
Unfortunately, it is.
Oh, I didn't know.
So yeah.
Oh, she did it now.
No, I don't know. I don't know why she did it. I know it's big.
No, she did. She recently went. I think. I don't know, Sha.
So what did Great Reno that apparently has impregnated another woman?
Don't mind that man. I think it's also just to see So at this level, this is how you're thinking.
Oh.
He was like, as much as he doesn't support what Ekweremadu has done, he also thinks the thing where, pardon, of course.
Why should they pardon him?
They can be pardoned, and that Nigerians, we like to see our politicians, and we don't defend our people. Remember, I'm like, look at the Nigerians in Sudan that were trying to bring back. That people have wasted 1 million years.
Even not for Dangote that getting 100K.
Do you understand?
They also getting 25 gig, which is not bad.
I heard that they paid them $1.2 million to find accommodation and give them refreshment and blah 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 blah.
That's blah. But they came back. They got 100K. 100K anywhere in Nigeria. At least you go where you want to go.
Oh, they give them $100.
100K.
Me, I had $100.
I don't know, but it's 100K.
That's 100 days.
They say shout out to Dangote.
Wow.
At this point, Dangote should just run for the election.
Do you understand that? Really. Why don't men like that run for political power?
Because they understand that power is not involved in
that
politics.
The king has whisperers.
It's not. They don't need all that shit.
Yeah.
Because he's not president, you people not be talking to him anyhow. But now that Dangote
can be in the background and just be moving his pawns.
They're not boy where to talk to Dangote anyhow. Like this.
No, but Nigeria, we know.
They will not.
We don't get respect.
So you're mad.
Do you understand?
You are mad.
We don't get respect for this country. Anybody can get it anytime.
So I was listening to a part of the judge sentencing and he was giving a background. They like giving context.
Yeah. Or why they did what they did.
According to our records, you have 40 houses. 40 houses.
In the abroad.
And we are talking about, there is no reason why unless you are a Dangote level billionaire, you should have 40 houses. That's why you see how we treat corruption with kid gloves in this country.
No, but I'm also thinking when you say like a Dangote billion, how did Dangote make his billions?
No, at least
from a corrupt system too.
At least Dangote I say sugar. I say Indomie.
How many sugar? No.
Ugochi,
I want to ask you something.
Ugochi, wait.
I want to ask you something.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I have finished your point first. I want to pay attention.
In this thing, look at my wiki. I said this thing. I said this. I said this. What is Ekweremadu selling? Let me know. Just tell me one thing.
The law. He studied law. You have masters in law. In University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Shout out to NSK. Maji. He's a lion.
Affidavit. Atomic bomb. That's a lawyer.
Wabi. Lai is also a lawyer.
We all know that billionaires, because of the power they have, can lobby for certain tax rebates, favorable business contracts. What is? I want to know.
I say he's a lawyer.
Even Donald
he knows
Trump,
the law, so he knows how to maneuver.
Even Donald Trump that we hate does real estate. What does Ekweremadu have to warrant 40 houses?
The politician, the Nigerian politician, who is the lawyer.
What are we talking about?
That's what's up now.
So for the likes of Reno, they are only mad because they are not in power, or
I'm
people are not in power.
No, but he was quite on the supportive side, though. Wants to like.
First, I don't like him and his beard. It looks like if he lives.
Yeah, taking this thing.
If he lives in the area I live in,
personal.
If he lives on the street I'm living,
you'll be checking him.
I'll run for president of Landlord Tenant Association, and I'll give him quick notice. Once I win, he's getting quick notice. I love for no reason.
But do you think that Nigeria has a system like that? I know that abroad they have systems like that, like people who street or estate presidents, they can say, oh, we don't want this kind of people or this kind of person here. Don't sell to them.
They don't want black people. You are not coming here.
Do you get what I mean? But in Nigeria, do we have that?
Also for people who are like pedophiles.
Pedophiles or have bad records.
Or you're in the sexual offenders list and they found out they can kick you out.
For this country now, we will not get anyone. Or we get, but it's not so public.
Lagos just added 2 people again to it.
Okay, so now that's what I'm saying. Like, but it's not like a thing that is generally. I don't know how to access that list. How can I access it?
I want to check to access it. I'm not sure. Lagos and another
sexual offenders list.
Lagos and another state in the southwest has an offenders list, but I don't know how public it is. Yeah.
See, I think it's also that thing where, like, as a country, we don't talk about like all the things that the different ways that we've tried to set the record straight,
Shout out to the UK, because it seems as we're exporting Afrobeats and our music, we need to export our guilty politicians to their prisons. Because it was only when
foreign prisons they find.
Because it was when Ibori, they carry and go, they lock out. Now they don't like this one. We need UK. This is why I support colonialism. People that are shouting independence. What has independence gotten you? You cannot even boast of locking up 5 governors. Every day, EFCC will tell you there's a governor that has 600 million naira cash.
What's his name?
Why can't consign me?
What's his name? What's his name? And what do you want to do about that?
Or some governors, immediately when they step down from power in May 29, they'll
very
see.
cryptic in the information.
See the one that ran away that wanted to go to America. It's not a free man today.
Do you understand?
I fire it's not a free man today. Why I tell you, I'll do a shirt. I love colonialism. Jail them in the UK. Jail them. That's the way I'm going to get justice in this country.
Oh my God. But you know, if you love colonialism, you have to love every facet of colonialism.
We'll manage. It's not tribalism for racism. It's one ism after another ism. We'll not go down. We'll not go down. And I'll do Black Lives Matter protest. Because it's not long.
You have to keep a healthy balance.
You see? But every day, ESC will show you we went to Ekiti State. We arrested 40 boys. They now show their accounts.
They'll now blur out their faces.
The problem is that why? So if you are now arresting them, it's fine. Why you are arresting their PS5? I don't understand.
No, they want to show you evidence.
So ESCC staff, children don't get PS5 for holiday.
Tiger. And I want to know, like, what happens to the things they confiscate?
So
like,
they auction them. That's what they're meant to do. The auction I told you
about. So the guns, uncle, when they find guns on people, what do they do?
I don't know where they find.
That's actually where I was going to.
That's police. You should ask police for that.
Yeah. So like when the Nigerian police or customs, people who like do border checks and shit, when they find people that are in possession of firearms, what do they do to it?
Another scary question.
Yeah, because we need to know that.
People they find with human parts, what do they do to the human parts?
No, what we know what Abby.
So if you find skull, evidence.
SSC, we found skull. Did they bury it?
Shout out to all the policemen that gotta find skull and human parts, because that him.
See, I don't think my life will ever be the same.
I'll just pass. I know. I beg.
I don't know where I read something this morning that somebody was beheaded. Somebody beheaded somebody.
A policeman was beheaded this week.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Just like. Come on.
It's crazy.
We they fight.
No, shout out. Ekweremadu, don't drop the soap. 9 years.
Love it.
Hopefully you come out. Maybe you come out before 9 years.
Bend over.
Maybe leg over.
But not be leg over. They give you a bend over.
Yeah, and you know that there are some Brexit.
Supple.
You know there are some Brexit criminals. All the fam. What year for any fam?
I love it.
They use on top boy knockers because I see anytime something bad happens to a Nigerian politician, the joy that leaps from my heart.
I tell you.
You are still very pure. There's also no it leaps from because if Ekweremadu and co are actually feel the health worked on the healthcare system in Nigeria.
Exactly. We'll probably not be having this conversation.
Do you know how many Nigerians who their children are suffering from the same ailments?
They don't have money for dialysis.
They don't have even money for dialysis. So what are you telling me? I jump with joy. I love the UK.
I mean, we want to feel bad. I think that I was also caught in that way, but I was feeling bad for the 25-year-old. But like when she was like, I've been on dialysis and like I'm just like, wow.
That's 25-year-old soft.
Get money, yo.
That's 25-year-old soft.
Do you understand?
She pressed money for her hand. She pressed some money for her. Your life will change.
And she looks like healthy.
People are not on dialysis don't look healthy.
Do you understand?
Shout out to the makeup artist.
Because like the healthcare that she's exposed, the level that she's exposed to is. It's not the normal. It's not what everybody has access to. She has been actually exposed to a lot of care and attention, and it shows. You know, and when she was speaking about it was also that thing where, I mean, her interview was to amplify the love of her parents for her. Yeah. But also, it's just that thing where in the same country,
it's tone deaf.
That's so crazy. All of us, we they suffer.
We're in the poverty capital and you're in the UK.
Do you understand? We they make voucher.
Should I cry you a river?
Do you understand what I mean? We're still doing health vouchers of 1,700 while you're enjoying.
To open your bank app, you go say go open.
Do you understand?
Look away. You can see the desperation in my eyes.
Listen.
Once your app sees the desperation in your eyes,
see, I wonder if any bank is going to make you wash plates somewhere.
No, me,
I want to make a video.
I have plenty. Zenith Bank,
a lot of Zenith Bank. So
where the office born, they didn't put down their information in cloud. They go. Let's do Zenith Bank.
But shout out to WellaHealth anyway. But still, if you have access to the finer things of life, and I think I don't know who I saw that his child get another child graduating.
Yeah. Another
politician child graduated from a school in the UK.
Shout out to you. Where were you when ASO was on strike?
Do you understand?
Months? Where was your voice?
Is that thing where of course all our leaders are selfish.
We have to look at, shout out to Nigerians for being very docile.
See,
because these countries that we are running to, look at France.
We're so forgiving.
France say they won't just increase retirement age by how many years?
They don't protest.
They will shut down railway.
Do you understand?
People where they collect trash, everybody shut down. But they will choke our eye like this sweet. with acrylic nails.
We'll forget in the morning.
Say, it's a mistake. They didn't know that.
No, we'll not make it. Might not even necessarily make excuses for them, but it's just like this eye they pay me. Make I go find cotton. Use a patch and face. Make I now get one eye they see front.
Go to Loot and see people on dialysis there.
See, that's if they can even afford dialysis. Recently now, during this election period, there was a man who was talking about how they left his wife that needed urgent medical attention outside the hospital and she died.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that anymore. But Ekwerimadu's gist is so much, is a national problem.
Doctors are asking for increment in salary. That is the cocoa.
Do you understand what I mean?
What's the concern with Ekweremadu? Ekweremadu don't chop, waiting on chop. Shout out to him.
See.
He got his own part of the Nigerian dream.
Do you get what I mean?
Me, I dey hustle my own.
And it comes with his own consequences. If you sleep, you fall.
Nigga,
there's a falling.
Like I said, don't drop the soap.
You? Whoop, whoop, whoop. See, until the country is beneficial for the average man, and by the average man I mean the street urchin on the streets that you so disgustingly.
As long as until the day where the last man in Nigeria has the same human rights and benefits as the first man in Nigeria.
Nothing go ever change.
Anybody has been in Ekweremadu, if you vessel, right?
Yes, so.
But for me and my household, I go buy cold minerals and jollof rice. I want another politician to be in this whole wahala.
Actions and consequences.
Now, moving from one rich man's child to another rich man's child, the first son of the nation, Tinubu, was the first election of Nigeria.
Exactly. Because they still they argue.
May 29 safer.
Do you understand?
May 29 safer.
A lot can change.
I beg. You say
a lot can happen.
DSS. I did not say this one.
A lot can happen. I'll say 2, 3, 4 essential sets.
Baba don't receive security briefings. I'll beg you. So Tinubu was in the news. Apparently his firm bought a 10.8 corruption-linked London mansion. This was according to Bloomberg. Shout out to all the journalism they are doing for us.
I love it.
So Aranda Overseas Corporation, a company belonging to Tinubu, purchased a London mansion which the Nigerian government had tried to seize as property brought to the process of crime. Bloomberg has reported. Shey, who is the son of the president-elect Bola Tinubu, bought the property for £9 million. That's $10.8 million through the company in which he has majority shares in 2017, according to the report. The property previously belonged to, listen, ladies and gentlemen, to show that corruption is a family on his own. Mr. Kolawole Akanni Aluko, whom the federal government under President Muhammadu Buhari has accused of billions of naira worth of fraud and of buying the mansion with embezzled funds. Now, if you don't know Kolawole Aluko, he is the partner in crime and sometimes lover boy of the greatest female corrupt thief in Nigeria. Her name is Diziani. Shout out to her. So look at it again.
Diziani was even suing recently for something.
She's mad.
She was trying to sue.
That's actually her bra.
Do you understand that?
Calm down.
That woman is kinky.
Make sure open OnlyFans link.
Do you understand? That woman is kinky.
See, first of all, this is why I know Buhari has gotten soft. Buhari that went to go and bring Umaru Diko inside box. The one that brings to Nigeria.
Do you understand?
It's not Diziani he cannot bring. They fuck up.
You know that time it was military now. This democratic rule, it has too many layers.
You go you.
And he entered in old age.
You go tell America, say now oil on water. Just we'll give you that many gallons. Just make we arrest.
But you know that we've not started hearing completely all the things that Buhari has done and undone. Now when the new dispensation.
Somebody told me he's a great loose talk fan.
Yeah.
Say that the money that they're accusing Diziani of, they've not touched.
They've not declared it.
They've not declared the full money. They can't declare it. They've not declared it. So, Tinubu's son bought a mansion, $10.8 million.
Later now, if the American government
and they drop him
once, do you understand?
You don't use any to bank. It's Barclays, my nigga.
Love it.
Bank of America, my nigga.
See, if the American government decides that they want to investigate this, of course.
It's UK government.
The UK government, sorry. They say they want to those ones they can't investigate. They have put it into their economy. Those ones they can't. Real estate is also part of it for them.
So the thing is that you are doing bad, but you are giving us money. So it's
as long as you are paying your taxes.
As long as it's not fucking up us up.
Our natural operations.
What's it concern?
No, the UK government doesn't.
What's it concern King Charles? As long as does anything enter my own coffers, I'm fine.
Doesn't.
I know this news about Tinubu created a lot of hoopla because Tinubu and the whole Tinubu dynasty and corruption and everything.
Everybody around him is corrupt.
What I want to say is that while you have the right to be annoyed and be pissed off, know that there are many children of other political tycoons who actually live this way. You don't want to know what
but they're just not the internet.
You don't want to know what all the billionaire children in the north, all those politician children in the north are actually spending. You go wrong, man.
On frivolities.
Is this what? Is it buy a house? It can be an asset.
You understand?
When people are using to buy a car or anything, you'll be surprised. So he's not the only one. This is how the elite move, or the children of the political elite move at the end of
That's what they're using your money for. Taxpayers' money. The
only reason why you're shouting is because Tinubu is the one in power, and then people are using everything to drag him. But everybody does this. And guess what? If your papa to a politician, you to go run
in
this
Nigeria.
One. In Nigeria, you to go run this one or two things now. It's not hard.
But me, I'll not run things.
That's like best. Small thing best than things. We don't know blood money. We don't know.
I feel bill, and I feel they disguise.
Because I see one picking me. I saw one children. Child missing poster somewhere.
Do you understand? I feel that these guys
don't go using head now.
Honestly, don't put bands for my compound. But what else?
Tinubu stuff is just the amount of. I won't say it's correct because I don't know where he gets his own money from. Well, these are the leave, my nigga. This is not us that.
But I think
we're calling agent that I don't have 450. Can you imagine 400?
So does it make it permissible? Because
so you have to ask so the question is, where did he get the money? To get
of course, nobody's ever going to answer that question.
So he has a business, or he has a huge amount of business. It's what me I know is the advertising boards and everything. I don't know how much those things cost or how much.
Oh my god, it costs a shit ton of money.
They cost a shit ton of money. So this is where we expect that journalism will follow up. But now that Nigerian journalists are concerned with Bobrisky and Daniel Rega, I don't think there'll be a follow-up article on this. Sorry.
Clickbait.
So clearly, I don't think he has done anything to me or what I read. I don't think he has done. Yes, the amount is money is stupendous. It might use question marks, but unless you can trace it to public funds, solely public funds.
Oh, a friend of mine, shout out to a friend of mine recently put me on an Instagram page called Budgets.
Oh, I know what budget is. Yes.
Yeah,
so they track public expenditure.
Exactly.
Everything budget goes to. Yeah, I know it.
I hear it's an NGO. It's not like government backed or anything. Well, it's government backed evidently.
Citizenship initiative.
Yeah. But I'm sure it has a certain level of government backing because for them to run such an NGO and try to dive into the numbers.
They ask the governments for their budget and open up the books. So many states don't open up their books for it.
Of course.
Yeah, obviously.
But it would be nice to have that body, for instance, grow and actually go full-fledged into what they're trying to do. Because
anytime I follow that, because I follow them on Twitter, you know, 50 million marked for this road. I gotta see the road.
And what happens? Nothing.
Pothole.
See.
Or don't I like his health?
I just started following them on IG.
Don't I like his health centers? Health center in Kogi or somewhere. You see it, no roof, everything.
Exactly.
God.
I mean, because
so you're not expecting me to pity Ekweremadu. I'm sorry.
I don't pity him.
I don't pity anybody. I only pity my household.
I don't pity him at all. The
rain that falls on the poor man.
Do you understand? I even think, to be honest, let me say the truth. I made nobody come bite me for Nick, but when I heard the sentence, the 9 years, 8 months.
No, so the max is 10 years for that crime.
But no, I'm away from that. Just only 10 years.
It's 10 years now.
All the wickedness that you have shown us in this country.
The problem is that you are judging you with everything that is wrong with the political class.
Of course.
They're just speaking.
What he did.
Life to me, that brought him. I say, Ekweremadu Alpha. So you're not going to come out of this prison alive.
So to be fair, personally, I think this sentence was fair.
It's fair.
Yeah, I don't see if you do something bad, you collect something.
My problem is not even the people in the political structure begging for him. Ordinary Nigerians who, if they increase fuel now, you don't know where you buy fuel.
Do you understand?
You are in fuel, you queue for fuel every fucking day. You now say they should free him because he's a Nigerian. He's a powerful Nigerian man. This is Stockholm syndrome that you people have. You people have mental issues in this country.
Reno was saying that why did that guy, they said guys from the north of Nigeria, the guy that they carried, that he's Muslim.
Okay.
I don't know the guy's name, so I've not done due diligence to check.
I think they're hiding his name. So that's what the British do, just to hide your identity.
So the guy now said, Reno now said that why did he go to the police to report? Why didn't he just go to the mosque? My man was just like, why don't you have things?
So Reno he decried the northern political power structure.
Yeah.
And he keeps saying that. It's something he was always saying before. And just like, sorry, if you're a fan of Reno, to show how stupid the man is. And nobody on imbecile. he said that if you look at the North, they're very active when it comes to election, voting. Everybody votes there. And I'm like, I was replying that day. I said, look at all the negative index in Nigeria. Northern Nigeria leads in everything. Poverty, illiteracy, level of everything. So how
education.
So how as how they are voting now helps them? If not that you're a mumu and that you your mouth is glued on the breast and nipples of all these fat.
I love it.
Fat
body shaming, Ayo.
Fat Nigerian politician.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Fat, corrupt, big-bellied, comatose.
I thought you were about to get into his personal life.
Gout-diseased Nigerian northern politicians and all the other politicians. At the end of the day, the money you are making for you to say in America, which work have you done? Which work? You think it's by great? You think it's by great baby and carrying a tripod? This thing, you're mad.
And wearing one or two nice clothes.
Well, if I be president, the people, Nigerians where I go first use missile, just
pointedly
drone, kill him. I don't know, just shoot them down. I'll be the food dictator. Butus.
But we now pray that as a dictator, your dictatorship is for the betterment of the people.
Mobutu Sese Seko. All those very strong ones. Those ones where they get their own crest.
Love it.
You're mad.
Love it.
But anyway, those are our talking points for the week. We don't have major talking points. We're just waiting for Tinubu to be
sworn in.
I'm sure right now they're doing declaring and forwarding their Eagle Square. Because the principalities and powers will go there, their place that day. You know,
they need to cover it with different bloods.
They need to cover it with different bloods. Someone announced a 12-man committee for his swearing in. So what do you need a committee again? Is the same person? Is the same? You're handing over to yourself. Why must you people look for loopholes?
From myself to myself.
Loopholes for corruption. I don't know why. Alleged corruption. Sorry. What is it?
I beg. The corruption is no more alleged. They show for our front. I beg.
Nigeria's a trip.
I don't know. I think there have been pockets of news around Nigeria here and there all week. Please, what's the gist about some girl that walked into a room to give a talk or something?
She's flop of the week. She's flop of the week.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. Yeah. So that's everything. Wike is being a clown wherever he is. You know.
Okay, so interesting.
I'm not a fan of Nigerian governors. I'm sure I'm not a fan of Nigerian governors because that is the day we finish with president.
We need to enter our governors.
Because now they're the money they.
I heard that Buhari signed something into bill where a part of the governance is some things that some indexes that we look to the federal government for. He assigned some of those roles and duties to state governors, but nobody's talking about it loud.
We don't suffer because even now these governors, where they go, what's in this club?
Which one?
Just the many popular club.
Capital Club.
Any popular nightclub in Lagos.
Oh, Bayrock.
Yeah, all these governors where they go, all these Bayrock governors, we are dead. We are finally dead.
Oh my God.
Because they're not going to do shit.
They're not going to do anything.
Every day they pass that railway where they do for Marina. When they go lunch and we don't know.
I've not been to CMS in a while.
Oh, you see that that place be like Brooklyn, New York.
Are you sure?
You see the old design up there. Hey! Like Lagos, Lagos, like New York.
I love it.
But now when you go work, now ain't the problem.
That's the only issue now.
Yeah,
all those things will deteriorate before anything. Before say Jack Robinson.
You never deteriorate.
Do you understand?
One governor will come and say, "I'm not the one that did this one." Look at the stuff that somebody did. They say, "Don't be me do one." So why am I bothering to continue there?
We're like so crazy. No continuity culture in Nigeria, and it's so sad.
Now they say that because Lagos are now aligned with the center now, things will not be moving fast.
Do you understand? We welcome back
that's why I go beat all over now. We go beat all over water.
Welcome back, Nigerians from Sudan who.
Sure, you have 25 gig. Can you just give me like small? Because don't use everything to watch YouTube.
I love it. Please watch. Take care of yourself and enjoy. Welcome back to Nigeria.
Nothing has changed in Nigeria.
As you have.
But there's no war. We are not on the brink of civil war.
Let's not pray for war, please. Let's never pray for war.
I survived Ikeja bomb blast. You don't want to.
And war. That's not even war.
Bro, that's what just
sounds. Sounds.
If there's war, me, I don't, sir. Me fight.
Look for the nearest border and take it.
No. Ce n'est pas fighting. No. I don't do.
Well, welcome back to Nigeria. Shout out to Air Peace for delivering Nigerians home safely. And also to our listeners in the UK, one bank holiday the other day, another bank holiday on the 8th. You'll probably be listening to this episode on the 9th or on the 10th. But shout out to you guys. Long live the king, or God save the king. That's what it is.
Long live the Federal Republic.
Yeah, and long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Yeah.
All right, let's jump into. There's no release therapy. You people have been very.
Please, you guys, what's going?
All right, so yeah, no release therapy.
No release therapy, you guys.
You people are not releasing, so.
And remember that we also said that we would like feedback from like some of the opinions we put out on release therapy. Let us know how it worked for you guys.
Like scatter relationship. No?
Do you understand? Especially 2 people from last week's release therapy. Let us know how.
For the Nacolans, you are the reason.
Relationship breakers. So don't listen to those people. They destroy relationships.
We didn't tell you were certified.
You understand? Yes. But if they work, just know like cut us our run us our paycheck. The
least you can do.
Do you understand what I mean? We quite saved you. We need to be checking the statistics.
All right, flop of the week. Now you know how Nigerians like to posture and become bigger than themselves, act as if they're in places of power, that they're in the boardroom of power and all those corridors of power. So one lady decided to show us that, but she forgot that in this era there's something called VAR. Now, if you're a football fan, you understand what VAR is. That's why they check whether a ball has got, whether it's a goal or not, or whether there's a foul. So they go and check the television. When they do like this, they go check VAR. That's why boys go check VAR. Oh yeah, let's go. And let me just read it. Her name is Yetunde Gold. She apparently went to United Nations in Geneva, Switzerland, and she acted as if she gave a speech. Now, the problem is that when the person was recording her, they didn't do tight close-up. They did long shots. So the started showing us the empty chairs. You could see you could feel the echo. People go to her and say, "Bro, sister, you are not in any you did not give any fucking speech." And
okay, now you've caught me.
Now the dragging was small generator. You know those generator? I know the one that you.
You rode the rope by yourself.
You know when you rode the rope, that is the end of the generator. You go to crash. I know go answer once. So check the choke. Move her back. Until the head. Put her head. About the drag the poor sister. She claimed that she gave a speech. She didn't give a speech. They also dragged over a few things. Some people were saying that.
But she cute though. Hotsy.
So when this thing now broke on Twitter, that became a controversy, and that's how people went to do Twitter space. They invited her, and now see men defending her. And somebody now asked, so why are they opening the space? And I now replied because I don't like when there's no answer to a very obvious question. I said, now babe, now people want boys want knock. See the fine girl, they want
people on Twitter, people disturb. They disturb the country.
One or two polo. Now, to be honest, a lot of Nigerians do this, because me too, I cannot go. Maybe there's a backdrop of Lagos Economic Conference. I cannot go there and say today, after speaking with Governor Sanwo-Olu, she has promised that there'll be action towards youthful inclusivity. Just speak one English that doesn't make sense, and you believe it.
Make it bogus enough.
But she was caught red-handed. Sister, next time,
pants down.
Plan this thing well. Go with a camera crew. Teach your Mauritans. Film everything well.
So
make it believable.
John, what's that thing they call cast? That's in the background.
A crew. You get crew and everything. The problem is you are caught. There are babes who go and rent the interior of private jets to. It's like they want to use it to shoot a film set. So they go for private jet. They rent and I say, on my way to Dubai.
But you know that there's a private jet service in Nigeria now that gives the option of flying to on a private jet to Abuja.
That's why I said if I'm a dictator. All those ones say you enter fake private jets and
locally.
So you see girls enter fake private jets and say I'm on my way to Dubai.
Do you understand?
All those kind of things.
With bubblies in their hands.
Or they'll snap a photo of somebody's car and I say, oh, my baby just got me a brand new
way put this.
God has exposed one of your members.
He's one of your members.
A good member of your
but the girl fan though.
Yeah, she fan. So sorry, that's flop of the week. And the reason why I flop is not because you did it, is because you were caught. Now who then catch me thief?
She said they asked her that if she was talking in Switzerland, she says, no, I'm not. I came late. It's like, how did you come late?
But you not come late.
Do you understand?
Because some people don't talk and say 30 minutes. So
I came late, so I was behind.
If you're late, come out after 30 minutes, you're on your own.
No, the end of the quote is, I came late, so I was behind. So sexual.
The first thing was when she was now forming like she was reading from her iPhone. Good afternoon. I
love it.
You know that you did not do debate in school. That's why.
Photo up.
You've tried. Put it on your LinkedIn.
It's a good picture though. I like the picture.
You try. You just say I was in UN building.
It's so gorgeous. Do you understand? Or I hope to work here.
Longer throat.
Or I hope to sit here and discuss world matters.
No, just discuss about feminism in Nigeria and how women are rising.
That's what she wants. Pitch deck now.
But because maybe you're eating too much pasta in
I
Lagos,
love it.
it affected the
based on beauty.
medulla oblongata. So,
or maybe somebody gave her, or maybe she actually just, did try to mimic, and somebody took it as her trying to.
But people have done this. I think Toto Dike did once. Some people have been doing this once, but now they catch be thief. So, but now you are the thief for today. So don't vex.
You understand?
Yeah,
they misinterpreted her.
Yes. Yeah, flop of the week. Flop of the week. All right, I went to pop of the week, and it goes not. So now how in Italy, Nigerians have a bad rep in Italy, and I also say sorry, audio. Specific part of the country has a bad rep in Italy. I won't mention the states, but they know themselves.
Please, no shades.
No shade. Everybody knows.
Subs, no
everybody
shades.
knows that state that gives us a bad rep in Italy.
No shades.
But anyway, moving. Somebody has done something very great for us in Italy, and he has given Nigerians a lot of rep.
Love it.
It gave us a lot of positive spin and good PR. Shout out to Victor Osimhen, Italian Serie A champion, highest goal scorer of Serie A so far, continuing after 33 years.
Wow.
He gave Napoli the Italian Serie A. The last person to win it was Diego Armando Maradona for Naples. So right now, you are a god in Napoli.
Love it.
People are actually painting the faces of their children black.
Amazing.
I'm calling them Osimhen, yes, even though that might be a little bit racist. But Italians don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You call the Italians racist, they'll be like,
what you gonna do about it?
They're like,
what you gonna do about it?
They don't really care,
I wish it was Nigeria holding their own ball.
So shout out.
A win is a win.
Nigerian League. Maybe no, I beg. It's cost for Nigerian football.
Do you understand?
See.
A win is a win.
Let me tell you people now. The day Nigeria will play England, I will gladly support the 3 Lions of England.
Are you serious?
Ask Steve. Steve knows me. I don't fuck around with Nigerian football. When we will play football, you now go and lodge. Boys when Sabi play football, you go and lodge them in the court. You now be allowing prostitutes to be running around the world.
Instead of them to be training, Abi.
No. So there's easy access where girls cannot just be.
So where are they supposed to be?
You have to make this
a controlled area.
Super controlled area. Then you're not gonna play them in Tesla Balogun Stadium where the pitch is like this pitch. It has boldness.
The pitch, no, they work.
And he won't be complaining about.
They cannot slide.
He won't be complaining about it. Look, it's not as if he wants to be crying, but hey, we don't even know where we play. Super Eagles should have a permanent place where they play. The 3 Lions of England play in Wembley Stadium. That's where everybody knows they play. But Nigeria, we'll be carrying them up and down. Any government that can drop money, we'll be carrying them all over the nation. They will not go there. The pitch is not good.
Trophies.
They don't have ball. They don't have ball to use to train. You now want players that have played in England or abroad for 10 years to come and play under Nigerian sun. 4 p.m.
Do you understand?
They're not going to play Congolese farmers.
On a bad floor.
They're not going to play Congolese farmers that were born in sun. How do you want that to be done now?
That's true.
Shout out to Victor Osimhen.
I see what you mean.
Sorry that we are using Super Eagles. Super Eagles is like a minus for you right now. I'll say it anyway. Anybody will have verse. All right. Yeah. So shout out to Victor Osimhen, winning Italian Serie A. Not many Nigerian players can say they won Italian league. So shout out to him for flying.
Nigerians doing things.
For flying Nigeria's flag so high. Maybe one day, the idiots at NFF will allow you to actually.
How do they choose the NFF president?
It's election.
What kind of election? How many years?
I don't know. Steve, you are the best to answer this.
Oh, okay. I want to know.
I don't give a fuck. You see, I don't give a fuck about Nigerian football. When it comes to that aspect, I don't even give a fuck about it.
Mado.
They will all coach 8 months salary.
Wow. Is that salary owing for me in this country? For a country that is declaring so much debt. So who is the money going to? Well, people have 40 houses, so you can. If one person can have 40, there are some people that are greater than that person.
No,
so
40. Like that's amateur numbers. That's rookie numbers.
That's number. Number what man was he in the country? Number 4 man.
Some people have 40 houses in their states, in their own states in Nigeria. Before they start going around the whole country.
The world.
40.
God, I beg.
How many?
And even the 40 they haven't declared safe. Now the one where they see you.
How many articles get? I beg.
God, I beg.
All right, thank you guys for listening to us. It's been a blast.
Normally, as it always is, you guys follow us on every social media platform, Twitter, Instagram at 234 Essential Podcast.
Also send your family at 234essential.com for release therapy and all sorts.
Exactly. And follow also our newsletters. Very important. Sign up, subscribe. You probably get personal notes or first dibs on every episode. So,
all right, man. Guys, peace out.
Bye, guys. Stay kind.
All right.
Are you tired of worrying about how your loved ones back home will pay for their healthcare needs? Sending money isn't enough. You need a solution that ensures the funds you send are used specifically for healthcare costs. WellaHealth Diaspora is that solution that helps Nigerians in the diaspora send money specifically for healthcare back home. It's simple. Here's how it works. When you buy a health voucher on WellaHealth, they will contact you on how you'd prefer to spend your voucher on your family. They'll deliver quality healthcare to them and report back to you. With WellaHealth Diaspora, you'll get access to telemedicine services, regular checkups, medicine fulfillment, and health plans. Plus, you can trust that the money you send is utilized for healthcare, and the chance of being defrauded is removed. Don't wait until it's too late to take care of your family's health needs. Your family's health is too important to delay. Act now and start sending love and care to your family back home with WellaHealth Diaspora. Are you still here? Hurry! Visit www.wellahealth.com/234E to start sending health vouchers to your loved ones in Nigeria today.